Right now, Ethereum is absolutely blasting off over an additional 10% just today so far after a rumpalicious 70% pump since April began. And Ethereum absolutely exploding on the Ethereum-Bitcoin pair as Bitcoin continues testing some critical resistance with its most recent rejection right here. But is it almost time for Bitcoin to return to the sunshine as well? And the entire altcoin market cap has absolutely exploded to another new all-time high as we talked about yesterday, and this is only the beginning. I'm expecting a $1.5 trillion altcoin market cap this month. Everyone! I'm your host, Bobby Blastoff, and the only thing I love more than gainers is even more gainers. Guys, these are the type of gains that leave our trousers absolutely stained, and there is much more to come. We have a lot to be talking about, as literally, I mean, if we go back on this channel, guys, we've been talking about this so much, and so many people have been expecting this, and everybody predicting this has been right. It's been absolutely beautiful to see. And guys, as we've been saying really since the middle of April, alt season is so close, or at least some absolutely massive rumpalicious alt gainage. And guys, we're going to be talking about why we're literally at the beginning of this. So again, I think this is just an absolutely very, very exciting time. Bitcoin is behaving. It's doing exactly what I think it should be doing, and the healthiest thing for both Bitcoin and altcoins, and specifically the unleashed beast Ethereum is absolutely proving to the world why gainers leave massive stainers. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe to these updates, and without any further ado, let's dump on in. Wow, so Ethereum absolutely continues to explode, and one of the things I talked about in yesterday's video was that I think this Ethereum rally is just looking insanely good, and what I'm going to start looking for a short-term top is when we see an absolutely massive daily candle. Now, is this going to be the massive daily candle? Are we actually going to be hitting some of these upper fettuccine levels, just absolutely gigantic levels on this parallel ascending chart here on the daily chart, and much, much more. But guys, let's start off here. So the DXY, actually, as of today, you know, last week we closed above the 100 DMA, and now we are testing it for support again. We actually briefly went below it. And guys, this is just a chart that, this is a level now where we can get extremely bullish on the entire cryptocurrency market cap once we break below concretely. Again, this is also like right where the 21 weekly moving average is. So when the DXY breaches below this, guys, there is, you know, much of a free fall likely in store to continue 2021. And again, that spells massive gainers continued for Bitcoin and altcoins like we've been seeing already. And as well, look at this, another new low for the entire Bitcoin dominance chart. This is absolutely insane, guys. Now we're pushing back to, you know, middle of July 2018, the last time we were this low. Look at this. Ever since April started just jumping off of a cliff. So again, this is a trend I think is very much going to continue for the foreseeable future. At some point, it likely will reverse. Yeah, I think that this year we're going to see at least, at the very least, a 30% Bitcoin dominance. So realistically, all that means is that there's going to be at least a time, whether it's temporary or not, that altcoins are going to have 70% dominance of the entire cryptocurrency market cap, I believe. That's just my opinion. The last bull cycle, last alt season, took us all the way down to 35%. I see no reason why this trend would not bring us to at least 30%, you know, even if it is temporary. So again, everything is just playing out exactly. If I was somebody that was, you know, just really hoping that Bitcoin dominance was about to shoot past this 21 DMA and start seeing Bitcoin get a lot of dominance again, I find it very hard to be bullish about that. Again, I think it's very unlikely at this point that we're just going to absolutely just reverse and just keep going up from here on out. I think this is a very clear trend, and altcoins are definitely something that most people are invested in, and I think it's a smart play, okay? Absolutely. In the entire altcoin market cap, as of today, not only shattered the previous all-time high, but it went significantly above it, adding, you know, billions of dollars in value at this moment. And like I said in yesterday's video, what I expect to happen this month is something like this. I expect it to come up to at least 1.5 trillion. So we pretty much have the entire month of May 2021 left. This is a fresh, brand new month. Plenty of time here. And to me, this is like the beginning of a perfect bounce rebound here for altcoins. So at least what I think is that over the next couple of weeks, we're going to see altcoins put on a lot of value. And again, we're going to get pullbacks along the way, but ultimately, I think this is the very beginning of alts absolutely taking charge. And why that's interesting, let's actually put this on logarithmic and look at this. This is going to be, I think, the first time where altcoins really start separating from that previous all-time high of like roughly $500 billion that it topped out in back in January of 2018. And yeah, I just think this is really going to start separating from this previous high. So this was the previous high. I think we're really going to start putting on valuation here. This is what 1.5 billion looks like. Here's what 2.5 billion looks like. Or sorry, 2.5 trillion and 1.5 trillion. And throughout this entire cycle for this year, that's exactly the trajectory I think is going to be happening. And Ethereum 32.63 as I'm recording. So far, it has topped out a little above that. But ultimately, we're going to get pullbacks throughout the day, depending on when you're watching this. And the higher this goes, we could get even more drastic pullbacks that could last a day or two. But ultimately, guys, Ethereum is looking so bullish. And I think that we're going to overshoot 3,500. Yesterday, I said, you know what? This looks like we could be hitting $3,000 within the next 24 hours. And not only did we smash 3,000, we smashed 31 and 3,200. So Ethereum is just picking up steam. And again, just looking very bullish. This is the area where I start to get cautious in the short term, like starting to look, okay, when are we going to potentially top out in the short term? Long term, 10,000 I think is guaranteed for the year 2021, just my opinion. And yeah, again, some people think 20,000, 30,000. That would be amazing. I would love that. I would be having no complaints about that, as I've been very transparent with the fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum make up like 80% of my entire portfolio. So I have like 40 cryptocurrencies roughly, I believe. So 40 different cryptos. But just Bitcoin and Ethereum make up 80% of the value of my entire portfolio. So obviously, most of it is in those more reliable coins, the top two cryptocurrencies. And yeah, with that being said, Ethereum is just blowing past here. I think we're going to be, 3,600 within this month. Absolutely. Could we see 35 or 3,600 this week? Yes. At this rate, yes. But we do want to look for Ethereum getting too overheated here. Again, this is a pretty nice daily candle. It's up like a little over 10%. It was up over like 12%, I think, so far. But yeah, just very explosive. And Bitcoin, as you can see here, Bitcoin actually got rejected exactly at our upward level of resistance here. Again, this chart goes back about 14 months now, okay, just for historical support and resistance. These type of ascending parallel channels are something I've been using for years. And it's actually one of the things I've been covering in T4, or one of the things I cover in T4 as one of my favorite types of structures to keep an eye on long-term bullish markets. So it's specifically for long-term and for bullish markets. When it's a bear market, it's different. And if you're looking on the hourly chart, then also it's different. But absolutely insane. I do think Bitcoin's going to be turning around here somewhat soon. I would say within the next few weeks before it starts getting bullish again. And again, I'm still sticking with exactly what I've been saying for Bitcoin. And that's that I think Bitcoin is going to slowly kind of, the 21 WMA is up around like $46,000 right now. As long as Bitcoin can just kind of even hold in this area strongly for another week or two, the 21 WMA is going to come up fairly close to it, and we could get that very first touch because we've been super close. We got pretty close back here on the 19th, or the week of the 19th. We didn't quite touch it yet. But overall, I think the worst dumpiness for Bitcoin is over, okay? But I still think that it's not necessarily short-term bullish yet. So what I'm saying is I don't think it's ready to approach new all-time highs yet. And again, guys, let's look at the narrative right now. Everybody's excited for altcoins, and for good reason, and the number one altcoin, Ethereum, is blowing everyone's socks off, so that's where a lot of the attention is going to shift for right now. And I'm going to be totally honest, I made a video like about a month and a half ago. It was about Cardano right here, ADA holders can't ignore, and I basically just said, I actually made a few about Cardano, but over these few videos, basically all I was saying was that I am not selling my Ethereum into Cardano. In fact, the opposite. I was selling my Cardano and other coins into Ethereum. I was buying Ethereum. And what was happening to Ethereum back then? It was not doing well. It was very boring, and everyone was very bearish on Ethereum. And this narrative of, oh, this coin is going to kill Ethereum, and this coin is going to kill Ethereum, and all these different coins that are going to kill Ethereum, that was what people were saying. And what I was doing back then was not selling Ethereum. I was buying it. So with that being said, is this the best time to buy Ethereum? No, it's not. If I was making my first buys in Ethereum right now, I would be a little nervous, guys, and it's pretty common sense why. Like, in the last month, Ethereum's rallied like 70%. If we go back to like the beginning of April, 70%, over 70% for the number 2 largest cryptocurrency. So keep in mind, it's hard harder to keep adding value when a cryptocurrency is as valuable as Ethereum or Bitcoin. But basically my point is just the number one rule of investing. I mean, there's a bunch of number one rules, but a huge rule of investing is when you start seeing things pump, that's usually not the best time to buy in. When everybody is saying Ethereum is dead and it's not going to do everything, that's when you want to buy in. So my advice, my non-financial, non-professional advice is that if you believe in a project and everyone else right now is saying, well, this project's dead, those are safer projects to buy into right now than all of the coins that are pumping. But with that being said, I think Ethereum is it's probably the safest bet besides Bitcoin. I think Ethereum and Bitcoin are like tied in terms of safest bets right now, in terms of guaranteed returns because of how bullish they both are. And everyone also acknowledges, or a lot of people are slowly starting to acknowledge how much utility Ethereum has, right, compared to Bitcoin, and just how useful Ethereum is. And I find it so funny. Again, I don't want to rant too much, but it's just hilarious when I see somebody saying Ethereum's useless and this and that, when Ethereum has contributed more to cryptocurrency and more to the cryptocurrency ecosystem than every other coin besides Bitcoin, obviously, by miles. Not even debatable. So it just shows a huge lack of knowledge when people say that Ethereum is worthless. And to end the video as well, I really, really want to change my prediction for Ethereum to be way over 10,000. And if Ethereum can keep performing like this, then I'll feel more comfortable doing that. I think 5,000 is going to be a huge hurdle. 5,000 depending on how Ethereum reacts at that level, and at 10,000 depending on how fast we get there and what the price structure looks as we approach 10,000. If we do, then I think it's smart to start being like, okay, 20, maybe 25,000, some crazy price targets for Ethereum. Again, those would most likely be blow off tops, so it's not like it would be staying there for a prolonged amount of time until maybe the next cycle, if that's how it plays out. Well, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, every time, get some updates. And as well, guys, if you're interested in hardware wallets or any bonuses for anything below, make sure to check it out. There is a $1,000 bonus for depositing on Bybit. There's also like $600 just for referrals and other things and other ways to get deposits. The amounts are right here as well. But yeah, always trade carefully. I actually made a trade. I went into a trade last night on Ethereum. I made about $1,000 on the trade, and I actually closed it out too early. But something I did realize about 2 nights ago, or 1 or 2 nights ago when my friend was over here, I've actually only made profitable trades over the last 3 months, meaning over the last 3 months, all of my trades have been profitable. But keep in mind, a lot of those trades are not like insanely huge amounts of money, and I don't do like a ton of trading, right? I've been averaging about 1 trade a week, which is really not like, I mean, for me, I think that's a good amount because I think day trading is absolutely silly, trading every single day. But yeah, over the past like 2 or 3 months, all of my trades have been profitable. And that was just very nice to see that because I hadn't really taken an in-depth look to take a look at see every other trade. But yeah, I had a nice little trade last night. It was about $1,000 gain, again, on a very small percent, you know, not a crazy amount. And I would have made even a lot more if I would have just kept it in the long. Again, I think that's probably the hardest part about trading is knowing exactly when to take profit. For me, that's the case, you know, because you see it go up, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40% or something like that. And you're like, geesh, that's really nice. I could just pull it out right now. And oftentimes what happens is, especially on monster rallies in a bull market like this, oftentimes what happens is, you know, you wait a day or two and then you're up 60, 70, 80%. And you're like, geesh, I'm glad I didn't close this out. But yeah, it's always a battle of trying to take profits. I think maybe with trading, that might be for me the hardest thing psychologically is just knowing when to cash out. But without any further ado, that's it for me. Bye bye.